Welcome to our best moments video. Number 12 is Mad Lad, and we know who the Mad Lad is. It's Charm Hull Ricky. So we're just going through one of his games here versus Bojan when we were playing the Farfetch Tenders. And yeah, he went 3-0 and basically ran Charm Hull all three games. And there wasn't much he could do. He played it really well. And yeah, it probably has solidified his reputation as the Charm Hull King. And did have a few off branches of memeing with other teams later on, as you'll see, as Fishy's got a number coming up soon as well. But as we can see here, the Frostlass farms down. He's just waiting out the switch clock. He'll soak up the energy on the muck here, and then he can just charm through with the Ninetales. And Haunter in the back, but he'll get to the move here. He can shield this one, even though it looks like it's a Shadow Punch. And yeah, he's going to go for the Psyshock, but Ice Punch probably would have been enough anyway. So GG's. And there's a little bit of their correspondence. Mad Lad, Mad Lad. Alright. Number 11 is the clutch win versus the Raptors. We're looking at some of the text there with me and Echo getting in there and teasing them about ganging up on us when they were playing us. But it all came down to the closer needing one win. And we're looking at his one win here. And this was to get us the 11-10 win over the Raptors, who look pretty tough to beat in the league, mainly because they don't play their games. Anyway, we've got the Aerial Ace coming through now. Alright, another move coming through. This should be a Sludge Bomb. Cactus saving his shields for his fragile Mon in the back. Another Aerial Ace coming through. So yeah, this was a bit of a run for us, and I guess the thing about this win is the sense of belief that we had in our team. Because, you know, we had people going 3-0 or 1 week, and then they were then pulling their weight and going the other way next week. So yeah, it was really good by the boys, and we had a lot of real close wins this season, and we really spun it around because we'd been on the receiving end of a couple of really close losses in other seasons. So credit to the boys. And well, when you leave Cactus, well, he kind of leaves himself. He always leaves it to the last minute, but when you know you can rely on him in the back to at least get you 1 or 2 wins to get you the victory, it's always good. Alright, next one is the Gurgs, number 10. So we're looking at match disputes. We're looking at bros using abusive language. We're not even touching on me and Afro Hash. But it was very good as we're seeing the closing moments of one of the games here. It was good to, after he stood me up about 15 times, it was really good to be able to get the win over him in pretty devastating fashion, and it was a real good triumph for the lads. And I think that was the last round too, so we got the exact amount of wins we needed to actually win the league. So yeah, it was really good. And speaking of which, we had Squirrel with his normal team, all 6 normals, and ironically he had a pretty good shot of winning those matches, but he ended up going 2-1. And yeah, interestingly enough, that we just managed in that last match up there, thanks to Sash getting through to win. And now we're looking at the app close. Yeah, so apparently I didn't know, but Fishy informed me afterwards that if you swipe a little bit too creatively and vigorously on your screen, it closes your app. So coming from 2 shields back here and a terrible matchup in the back here, managed to get the dub. So, I mean, if we're looking at these games constructively, he built up too much energy and allowed me to get to too many icy wins, and it debuffed him so much he had to swap out. And when he swapped out, it meant I could swap out and get some mud shots in on my stun Fisk, and 1 Shadow Ball wasn't enough to KO. I could grab his shield with 1 Rock Slide and just beat him to the move there. So tactically a bit interesting. App closed, lucky he shielded. Alright, the next one is Double Nuke Brody. These were some recent matches against the Crimson Tigers. Basically he ran Double Nuke on Kyogre, So yeah, managed to get the Thunder through there, and then blizzarded in the against the Giratina in the next game. So good work there, Broads. Next, we're looking at Fishy and his Dragon Hole memeing. Now, I think he won all 3 games here. I'm not sure. It went 2-1, but either or, this was the one game he went for all 3 dragons. I think in the other ones he only ran 2, so he was a bit more conservative. But as we're watching a body slam go through, and him losing lead, he's going to have to shield that. Yeah, but yeah, the Flygon is very fragile, but can do a lot of damage. And as you can see, those Dragon Tails are doing heaps of damage. But anyway, yeah, it was a terrific little team that he tried. And yeah, he's been living off that one ever since with the boys. So nice work, Fish. Very well played. Very impressive. And yeah, he's looking forward to, I think he told me, he's looking forward to making the best games next season rather than just making one of the best moments. So I'm sure he'll probably manage that. Alright. As we go into number 5, which is the Brave Bird Luck, and we're looking at our the final game. This was my very first factions battle, and we needed 1 win in the last matchup to secure a victory over the Brave Birds. I think I ended up going 2-1, so we ended up beating them like 12-9 or something. But this was the first of many really tight wins against the Brave Birds, and we've formed a bit of a friendship. They've taken it very very nicely, surprisingly, given how we've just managed to beat them at every turn. But this was against Sayonara in Ultra League. And yeah, it ended up being a really close battle. He's quite a talented battler, and yeah, it was interesting going in first game, sort of getting used to the format and the pick 6 type thing. I hadn't really done a lot of that before, except in like local draft leagues and stuff. Definitely not at this level. But yeah, Brave Birds, very respectable team. They tend to beat the Koreans a lot. So yeah, a lot of respect for them. And once we get back over into APAC, I'm looking forward to us digging the knife in and going 11-10 against them again. But yeah, we've definitely been riding our luck a little bit. But as you can see here, tiny little bit of health left on the A9. Go back into the Jellicent here. Earthquake goes through. Throwing the Shadow Ball here. Probably could have built up a bit more energy there, but the A-Bomb's coming back in. It has to throw the energy it's got. I'm pretty sure it's got an energy ball, but we can powder snow down afterwards and it's GG. So alright, the one you weren't meant to vote for.
Switch here. Oh, no! No! They shield this for sure, right? Oh my god.
Alright, cool. I'm glad we did that. Alright, number 3, something a bit more respectable. And we're going to be watching both wins here. And it's cracking the Zacian code. And no better opposition to do it against than Master League specialist Legend Queen, widely regarded as one of the best Master League battlers, not just in APAC, but probably globally. And well, Echo showed that, his team building skill and also execution in these games, as we see the first Charmer going through to draw out the steal. And just getting to Moonblast in time, which is really good. Means the Giratina should be able to fully farm down here, and it'll have some energy going into the next matchup. So he's going to fully farm down here. Can take the drill run quite comfortably. And Togekiss is waiting in the wings here, so he's just going to swap straight out. Yveltal's taken another charm there, and it's Gyarados in the back, and it's Waterfall Gyarados, which makes it a little bit more effective. So perhaps Legend Queen saw this coming a little bit, but it's not going to help him. Ancient Power going through. No boost, that would have been pretty impressive, but he's still going to be able to use his shields here and charm all the way down. He should be able to charm down. Oh no, he's going to have to shield again. So basically means that he's going to have to catch the Dark Pulse here. He's still, I think he's still at least 2 Snarls, 1 or 2 Snarls away. He's throwing the move here. Important that he grabs the shields. The Giratina's got energy, and that'll be important in the back. So 2 charms, 3 charms, swaps, and yeah, he was very fortunate to catch the move there. But it had to happen. His Dark Pulse won't quite KO. He can hit the Shadow Ball, and that should just about do it. The Yveltal's still going to take quite a bit of damage from this. So GG's in that one to Echo. So game 1 has worked. I imagine he's going to adopt the same strategy here for game 2. And sure enough, the Zacian's shown up. And must be running play rough. It's staying in here. So he'll get to the Shadow Ball here. And I imagine now he's going to want to dip into one of his Charmers. Gets the shield, dips into the Sylveon. Sure enough, the Excadrill comes back in, but it's going to be the same story as last time. Probably be able to get to the Moonblast just in time, get this down. Giratina's going to be able to come back in and get some more energy, which definitely suits. And, well, we'll have to wait and see if it's Gyarados in the back again. I certainly don't think it's going to be Yveltal, that's for sure. Anyway, move coming through now. This will KO. He'll definitely be able to get at least 2 Shadow Claws on the Giratina when he comes back in, waiting out the clock, which is what he needs to do. He'd definitely take this move. Now, the Zacian's got energy, so you have to be aware of that, but he can shield once against the Zacian and get another Shadow Ball away. Oh, no, it doesn't even need to, that's perfect. So he can throw here, and I imagine he can let this go down now. But he's swapped, and he's caught the move. He'll have to shield here. It's probably play rough, though. But I guess with the Charmer out of the way, with the Steel out of the way, he probably could have stayed in that Giratina matchup and just worn that play rough on the Giratina. That way he can save both shields here. But we'll have to see. It's going to be close again. But yeah. With that shield being used early, he can now let this go, and the Giratina can come back in. So it's worked out really well in the end anyway. The Giratina has a shield, and the Zacian's not going to be able to get to double play rough here. And it can't really afford to debuff itself, so he can just shield this first move, play rough going through, and gets the Shadow Ball away. So well played, Echo. Really well played. Really, really well played. Alright, number 2, Sash clutches up, and we know the story behind this one. We needed Sash to go 3-0 to make sure we got enough of a score difference to knock over Dugong's, finishing equal with them and getting ahead on points difference. We decided to take it as a bit of a casual round. We had that normal team in there. We weren't really expecting the Gongs to go down to Thundarus, who pulled through and knocked them over, so it all came down to Sash. This is game 2. He was already 1-up, and naturally we know he went on to win 3-0. Jeez, those Fire Fangs do a lot of damage. Anyway, this is game 2. Blocks the lunge there. Should be able to farm down all the way. He'll get out now. I think it's the Reggie. I think all the games he had the Reggie, or at least once or twice. So he'll be able to go into the Galvantula. Particularly good bit of psychological play here was to throw the Discharge first. I thought that was very clever. Obviously he won't die to this move. Not that it made too much of a difference, but he now goes for the lunge. Knowing that a Discharge will basically KO and he has to shield. So it definitely forced the Reggie to throw here. I'm not sure it could have locked on down anyway. And it also meant that, not that it mattered, the Reggie's not going to get to another move, but he throws the Body Slam here, gets the shield, and he has the shield of his own. Could have Body Slammed here and the Dragon Breath would have KO'd, but he goes for the Dark Pulse and gets it. And number 1 is Spiky Boy, and yep, we know from the Best Games vid that he did a real number on UC, so we're looking at another one of those games now, completely different game, but look, we needed to win 8 of our last 9 games against Thundarus to hold on to second spot in APAC, and look, it was pretty much, I don't think anyone really gave us too much of a chance, but the spirit of the boys, absolutely amazing. And Tag managed to go 2-1 to keep us in the hunt, and it meant that we needed double 3-0 at the end. Sash pulled through with a 3-0, and then that meant everything was down to Cactus. It got left to the morning of, as the Hydro Pump goes here, the morning of close. Usually had been delaying every game, every single game. He pretty much disputed afterwards. Wouldn't accept the result. Apparently was in a low signal area or some such. But anyway, Cactus got it done. And as we can see here, this game was one of the ones that was particularly well played by him. Just knowing exactly what he needed to do to win and just executing perfectly. And and a very deserved winner of the number one moment in Timbers history so far. Congrats to everyone that was featured, and hopefully there'll be some more memorable moments in seasons to come.